Hey guys, Jason here, J Dog, with Lincoln sitting up here. There he is. He's here. Another video, another week, another video. I'm tired. I've been cleaning all day. End of the month, beginning of the month, I always like to do some cleaning around the house, like some stuff that I don't get to like every week, like floors and with my father having surgery this week. I wanted to do his bathroom real well, bleach clean everything, fresh towels, because he does do his clean his bathroom, but he doesn't clean his bathroom like I do. So this video is going to be a little late tonight, getting posted. Same with the second one. The first one here we're doing Pennywise from It, Chapter 2. It does say that, Chapter 2 right there, very specifically about the second film in the newer It movies. Excuse me. It is a fun character, feeding on flesh imbued in fear. And there is some biological aspect to that if you think about it. It's why butchers don't like, you might hear the expression, fear sours the meat. For him, he must love sour, bitter stuff. You know, for Pennywise, that might be preferable. Lincoln's just trying to get comfortable. The It movies, I grew up, I read the book as a teenager. Very disturbing book. And I watched the original miniseries when it came out in the 90s that they did, because they did a lot of miniseries for Stephen King's works, and they're all really good, like in their own way. Especially some of the ones, let's see, Rose Red, that was a decent one. What else was there? Storm of the Century, Tommy Knockers, Desperation. They just did a movie, and I wasn't disappointed with that because Desperation's okay. I mean, I also really like his Bachman books, like The Running Man. Like, of course, The Running Man made in the '80s, and I have not watched the new one because I heard it's not as good, but it's on my list of things to watch. I'm gonna get there eventually. Just like It, Welcome to Derry. I heard that was done very well, very creepy, very good Pennywise in it. Still Bill Skarsgård, which I think he's locked this character down. And if they do what I read online that they're planning to do for the Welcome to Derry series, so in It, Chapter 1, when Ben is talking about the different tragedies in Derry, the Black Spot, which is, from what I understand, the first season of It, Welcome to Derry, is they're dealing with the Black Spot incident. And then there's the Foundry. I would like to see it go back to the origin when it first comes to Earth and what it does, what Pennywise does. Because he wasn't Pennywise even at that point. He didn't become Pennywise till later. He just was a monstrous form. Very Lovecraftian Pennywise, the It creature. Cosmic entity coming to Earth and, feeding off of the fearful flesh of its victims, and storing them. I liked how in this one they really showed the storing them. In the original one, when he's storing his victims, you think like a crocodile. He's going to shove you under a log and let you get tender and then eat you later. Or let you putrefy a little to get some flavor into your flesh. Pennywise had him suspended in the air using one of his abilities. You don't really know what all he's truly capable of until you see some of the things that he does do. But big fan of the remakes too. I know there was a little controversy, a little debate online when the It Chapter 2 came out because of the opening sequence. But it doesn't just, he wants people to be afraid when he eats you or grab you up, so that fear is in your meat for him. But the opening with just the homosexual assault, the bashing by the delinquents of the town. But we saw the delinquents of the town when the kids in the first movie, Pennywise, but he ate one of them because he got him scared. And Bowers, he corrupted. Like, he fed off his hatred, his anger. He had some fear too. He feared his father, but Pennywise helped him get over that by killing his father. Spoiler alert, like, the movie hasn't been out for a while, and the book hasn't been out for over 20 freaking years. Come on, if I'm not spoiling anything for anybody by talking about stuff that's not new. I am going to be doing new reviews next week. 2 movies in the theater. I plan on actually going to I don't go to the theaters very often. It's just, they're expensive. And with the way movies have been over the past 10, 15 years even, they're kind of hit or miss whether they're going to be worth spending the money and time to go to the movies when I can just wait and enjoy it here at home with my own snacks. If I go to the movie theater, I always get me a large soda and a large popcorn. It's just always been kind of a thing. You have your habits, your traditions that you do. For me, it's that. I mean, our theater, we have an AMC where I live, and they do Bavarian pretzel. Well, last time I got it was cold, so I was like, that doesn't inspire much faith in me. I would never let a cold pretzel into a man's hands. Come on now, people. You're gonna get a Bavarian pretzel with some mustard. You want it to be warm in the inside, not cold. I ate it. I'm still a little disappointed. So next time I went, I just had popcorn and a drink, which is probably what I'm going to do on this next theater go to next weekend for Scary Movie and Masters of the Universe. Now, Scary Movie looks fun, and they've already said they're going to offend people. And Masters of the Universe, it's really a nostalgia thing for me. I actually have the Blu-ray of the 80s Master of the Universe film with Dolph Lundgren, just because as you watch it as a kid, and it's what you got. Plus, now you learn more about it now, and the struggles they went through to make that film, and you're like, I kind of respect it more because of the struggles. And it is kind of a go-to if it's like, I don't know really what I want to watch. There's a handful of those types of movies that you have as a go-to that you'll just be like, I'll watch this. I've got nothing else to do. Or if you're folding laundry. That's another thing I was doing today. I was floors, laundry, my father's bathroom. Laundry I started yesterday. I was up till midnight doing it. But here we are, making videos. Because I did say, I was excited because, again, this is another one that I had to order through the Pop Culture store. Yeah, that's still the zombie Bigfoot thing. It's still funny. I am framing this thing and hanging it up because it's just silly. It takes a little space on the wall, but it's you put the time into it. There's their ad. There's their website. Shop online. I didn't actually really look at the back of this thing too much. Visit at home in Geelong, Victoria, Australia. Which I said in the video with the greyback predator. Great turnaround from when I ordered it to when it arrived was little over a week, just barely, like a day or two over a week. And that's coming from Australia, going through customs, you had to pay a tariff, of course. For these 3 statues, it was less than $100 for the tariff, so not that bad. He's snoring behind me. He's back there. He's in the video. I said to him, he's learning. When I said, you want to make YouTube videos? He'll be here. He might be snoring. But yeah, here we go. Pennywise, It Chapter 2 again. I really liked these movies. Bill Skarsgård killed it. The box art is pretty nice on this. Here's the statue, what it's supposed to look like. There's the Iron Studios logo with the name. And on top there, you can actually see it a little better. It does say It Chapter 2 specifically. And then, of course, on the box, just a image of what the statue will look like out of the box here. So we're gonna pull her out. But yeah, so I mean, I just pre-ordered another Iron Studios statue. It's the Masters of the Universe, the new Masters of the Universe Skeletor statue, to go with the He-Man on Battle Cat that I ordered. I also saw they have up a Lion-O Unleashed statue where he's just holding the sword in front of him, the Sword of Omens. I mean, that was a great thing about the 80s. You had so many iconic weapons, items of power that have still become pop culture symbols to this day. The Master Sword. If you haven't seen the video for on the press tour for the new Masters of the Universe, they have Dolph Lundgren picking up the Master Sword, which if you watch the original, he did not have a Master Sword prop. His just was a big two-handed sword. That one wasn't as magical. It was more technology based. And fun fact, they did not. All the soldiers, Skeletor soldiers in the original movie are not supposed to be people. They're all supposed to be robots, because they were like, this is a kid's thing. You can't be showing blood and having people killed. I hope they don't do that with this new one. I wouldn't mind, as an adult now, I wouldn't mind seeing. I keep doing that. I don't open at the bottom, and then it goes. It's got a big base, probably. There we go. That probably works better. Okay, nothing stuck in the top. I'd like seeing my childhood things grow up a little bit, be a little scarier. I mean, sure, if you want to get kids involved, I don't have kids, I don't care. But as a fan, from being a kid, I'd like to see. I'd like to see a little darker. Here is the base, and we're going to show off that bottom because I keep forgetting to show that. It does show on the bottom there, Iron Studios, Pennywise, It Chapter 2. And this base, oh, okay. So, we got the red balloons. Now, if you're a friend of mine in real life and not just a viewer, when I send you a happy birthday post, I always include a red balloon, and that's because of these movies. Because they're just creepy. It's just funny to put it in there. You can see it's a subway tunnel, part of the barrows. And then sewage water splashing up here with the splashes. Tilted so you can see. And it oozing down into a puddle, and then just the balloons floating around, because we all float down here. Now the original is I mean, you had two different aspects of Pennywise between Bill Skarsgård and Tim Curry as Pennywise. Pennywise was more a playful monster that inspired fear in people by just being Tim Curry as a clown. Compared to Bill Skarsgård, who killed it as Pennywise. Like, he inspired fear. Like, It Chapter 2, when I went and saw it with a friend, decently packed theater, like, not like elbow to elbow with people you don't know, there was enough room to be spread out and still be comfortable, but still be pretty busy. And it wasn't. I didn't go the first week. I think it was like the second or third week in the theater. I think it was the second. But a friend of mine who's in the horror movies, I was just like, "Hey, you want to go see it?" She was like, "Sure." So we went to see it. Okay, here's a head. I might only have one head with this statue, but it is Pennywise's head with his tongue hanging really far out. But yeah, so we were in the theater watching it chapter 2. I didn't go see it chapter 1 in the theater, but I wish I had, because it would probably been pretty fun. Yeah, so went and saw it. The scene with the little girl underneath the bleachers was probably my favorite scene. And I laughed. Like, not a sadistic, like I'm laughing because she's being eaten. I'm actually laughing because they showed him latch onto her. You know, people don't like scenes, very controversial scenes in movies like that anymore. We talked about in the Alien one with Alien vs. Prayer Requiem, the unrated cut on DVD had the chest burster coming out of the kid. You didn't see that in the theatrical version. They were like, no, that's a little too much. Not with it. They were like, chomp her face. You're gonna eat that mole right off her face. That birthmark is coming off with her face in your mouth. And it was a great scene. The way it was done. I mean, you just see his eye. I don't even know how he does that with his eyes. If he does that in real life, I could never be his friend. I'd be like, dude, get the hell away from me. You're freaking me out with those eyes, man. But yeah, so okay, what's this piece? Bet you this is an arm. Yep, that's an arm with a balloon. Plus, Tim Curry's Pennywise was very clean. That's his right arm. And the balloon's upside down on his right arm. Okay. A little static charge, I guess. What's this piece here? What is this? Oh, I think there's another head. That's the cool thing about these Iron Studio statues. They give you a couple options to display. Oh, yeah. Just him smiling. Just that smile in and of itself was so creepy in these movies. How well he did it. We're going to get to the final piece here. Yep. Not a lot of things to attach here. Here's the body with his left arm. Good detail, good coloring. Because that's the thing I liked about this Pennywise, how dingy he looked. So we're going to get his arm on there. Again, the magnetic peg holes, which I really like. Let's look at the box, see how his hand goes. Okay, it goes out like that. Oh, I see. Okay. I understand now why the balloon looks upside down. When you put the arm on, like in the picture, it's extended outward, so the balloon is still upright. And then we got his head. We're going with the tongue head, because that's just creepy and fun. And Pennywise should be creepy and fun. I mean, he wants to freak you out. Let's go with that head. Let's see what that looks like. That's a good one. It looks good. Still, just that tongue. It has to be bigger than Gene Simmons. I mean, it just looks bigger. Okay, there's the hole for that right in there. Easy. I just love how easy it is to put these together. Let's do finalized look at it. There we go. Right there. That's a good angle. Without the tongue. he's running through the subway to come and get you. And let's throw the tongue head on. You tell me what you think. Tongue or no tongue? I'm kind of torn now that I see it all put together, and I'm looking at my phone while filming this and doing that rotation. I mean, look how long that tongue is. I mean, if he were a straight white man, he'd be rolling in the ladies. You tell me what you think as far as which one you think looks better. Tongue? I'm just going to put his head back, second head back there. Or no tongue. I'm going to go with no tongue for right now. I might do the other tongue at some point, but with the tongue. But no tongue, just smile. Just that smile of his is creepy enough running through the sewer. I'm liking it. He got that sadistic look on his face with that big evil grin. What are you doing? Did you wake up? Now you're standing there. What's up? What? So there we go. We got Pennywise. And again, really enjoyed these movies. They did a really good job with them. Scary, for sure. Definitely good Stephen King film. Pennywise, the clown. The terror from beyond the stars. Cosmic entity. That's that statue down. We're just going to move that aside there. And then we're going right into the second statue. Because I'm liking doing the two at one and just having one decent long video. You can pause it, save it for later, or skip ahead. You tell me, do you like the two statues in one video, or one video per statue so you can pick which one you want to see? Again, this is Iron Studios. Had to get this through a there it is. Third-party site. Found it on Pop Culture. We're gonna do two videos. We're gonna separate them so I can see what he wants. Maybe he needs something. So stay tuned, because next we have Army of Darkness, Ash Williams, and it looks fun. I'm excited. Technically, one of my first heroes, I guess. Oh, no, it's the Snake Eyes. Like I said, I'd like a lot of villains. A good villain makes a good movie. Good antagonist complements a protagonist, makes the protagonist have to be good. Because if you just have a Mary Sue or a lame duck leader protagonist, what's the point? I mean, you're just going to like the villain. You're going to want the villain to win. Which in the case of it, he always wins because they don't kill him. Do you really think they killed him in that It Chapter 2? You tell me in the comments. I personally don't think. I mean, in the book, yeah, he dies. Or does he? I think a being like this makes you see what you want to see. And if you want to see him die, he's going to let you see him die. Pulling out that heart at the end of this chapter 2, I was just like, yeah, he's just letting them see that. Because the deadlights, I mean, yeah, they should. It just, I don't know. I don't think the creature is dead. He may have been extremely weakened, which could take a longer cycle to regenerate and recoup his powers. Maybe he comes back in the future, like instead of every, what was it, 27 years, and maybe it would have to be like 54. He'd have to wait. Maybe he'd have to wait a couple generations to be able to start feeding normally. He'd have to feed on lesser creatures to regain his strength, stay down in the bowels of the earth. feeding on rats, possums, whatever, bulldogs. It would eat you, wouldn't you? Because you'd be scared of it. Yeah. He's right here. He's laying down again. He's been a little stressed today because I've been using the vacuum. It's his mortal enemy, the vacuum cleaner. Huh, Lincoln? You don't like the vacuum, do you? Nope. Does not like the vacuum. He does not necessarily attack the floor vacuum, but when I separate and pull the hose part out, the wand, because I have a shark vacuum, he does not like that wand. He goes at it. And it's like leaf blowers. Like, I use leaf blowers at work. When I used to take him to work as a puppy, when I was crate training him, I'd let him out, like if I was around the shop working and that. And one day, the one guy was running a leaf blower, and he wasn't even 2. And he is a muscly boy. He's a beast. He grabbed the end of that weed whacker, and without turning it, because you have the extensions on the not weed whacker, blower, backpack blower. He would grab the end of it, and if you know anything about backpack blowers, there's extension tubes that snap into place. He didn't unsnap it. He just ripped it right off there, and then decided to run 10, 15 feet, and as a bulldog, that was enough for him. But he was very proud of it, because that vacuums and leaf blowers are his mortal enemies for some reason. And garbage bags. Like, if I take out the garbage, and wheels, because I have a big garbage bin and it has 2 wheels on the back, and I go to wheel it out, he attacks the wheels. When I take a garbage bag out, he knows I'm going to the garbage can. He'll go right to the garbage can. I won't be moving it. I'm just putting the garbage bag in. He still attacks the wheels like a goob. He's a big goober. But when I go to put a bag in, I don't know what it is, but as soon as I go, whoosh, he's always right there. It's like the refrigerator. He can be on the other side of the house, and then boom, out of nowhere, like a magic little furry psycho, he's right there to attack it. I make a little game out, give him a few hops as I'm opening the bag up, because he's short and he's not jumping that high, especially now with arthritis in his legs, but he still tries. But yeah, Pennywise, Iron Studios statue. Next video, Ash Williams, Army of Darkness. We're going to talk some Evil Dead. We got new Evil Dead coming out this year. Evil Dead Burn. We'll talk a little bit about that and the other Evil Dead franchise films. Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, Ash vs. Evil Dead, and the remake from 2013 with Fede Alvarez. I think that's his name, Fede Alvarez, Fede, whatever, Fed. But yeah, stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe to the video, to the channel. Like the video, subscribe. Tired. Very tired. Like, share, subscribe, if you would. Comment. Which head did you think was cooler? The one with the tongue? Or just him smiling like a demented clown? What you thought of the movies? Did you like the remakes and how they did it, 2 parts? Or did you like the old miniseries that was like when you first bought it, when VHS was 2 VHS tapes? Great casting in both movies as well. In the new ones, the casting was great. In the original casting at the time, you always have that with Generations. You always have certain actors you'll see in things, and you'll see them in multiple things in that generation, and they fade out. Like these movies, they got some very good actors for these movies, and some of them I would say, are hitting their peak, where they're going to have to showcase their acting talents to stay relevant. So, good actors. With the It movies, as adults, you saw them more versatility in them. But yeah, guys, stay tuned. We'll be back